Alright, hello there Facebook. It is time. It is Save Your Health Sunday. It's 1 o'clock. It's Sunday. So, I of course am the health engineer right here. PhysioFit, Intensity with Intelligence. Come by, see us, see me. By the way, if you didn't know, we're actually, you can vote for us. So if you go to Addison Magazine, you can vote for us for Best Workout. Okay, Best Workout Program. Go in there, click it, come by, see us, check us out, check me out. I'm still going to allow entry into my 12-week summer program through this weekend. So if you haven't been here, you need to come check it out. It's not a boot camp, okay? There are no burpees. Seriously, if you hate burpees, come see me. I hate burpees. I'm not going to make you do them. I think they're ridiculous. Mostly they're pointless. They're just great torture. Anyway, so enough about that. You're here to hear about some other stuff because, well, it's Save Your Health Sunday, so we're going to save your health, and today we're talking about gear and getting you geared up for healthy success. And we're going to be talking about a lot of gear. You don't see, I got tons of stuff over here to talk about. So, have you ever seen Carrot Top? Well, you know, I got all this, so I'm going to go Carrot Top on you today. I got tons of props. I would have another prop with me, which is my cell phone, but I'm recording on the cell phone because, well, first world issues, Wi-Fi is not working right now. So, yeah, it's working on my phone. It's not working on the laptop. I don't know. Anyway, so if you log in, you say hi. Sorry, I can't see you right now because we got the phone turned around, so you get the best view and everything. All right, so here we go. Geared up for success. So, if you've watched late night TV, or daytime TV, or any TV, or QVC, you see 10 million of tools and gadgets and toys and bands and straps and gloves and muscle stim machines, you name it. There's 10 million things out there. None of it's new. Seriously, none of it's new, all right? It's just a redo of something that's already been made, all right? Just so you know. There's nothing new under the sun. Or, well, occasionally there is, but usually it's just because there's something else out there, and you know somebody made a better version. So, speaking of making better versions of stuff, so, and there's a lot that goes on with this. So you got fashion, you got fads. How many fads are there? Well, there's a new fad every 30 days. Why? Because that's how they cycle through. And whatever fad you see now, you probably saw it about 5 years ago because they get recycled. Just like fashion, okay? If you haven't noticed, fashion gets recycled very quickly. And there's functionality, which is not only does it function, can you make it function? Do you know how it functions? Do you know how to make it function well? Can you actually utilize it? Because I mean, I don't care how great the piece of equipment is. If you can't make it function, and you're computer literate, you're whatever. If you can't make it function well, who cares how great it is? Well, for you it sucks because you can't use it. So if you can't use it, or you're not going to use it because you can't use it. Why bother buying it? So just think about that before you lay out a couple $100 on something that looks that is supposed to be the latest and greatest. It's going to do everything for you. Whatever. Nothing does everything for you. They're all tools, okay? If you can't use a tool, it's worthless. I don't care how great the tool is, okay? Same thing goes for construction. Same thing goes for, if you saw a picture of me a couple days ago chopping down a tree with an axe, okay? I had access to a chainsaw. I didn't use a chainsaw. Why? Because I got those. No, because I just wanted to use the axe. Honestly, it was more fun. Chainsaw, done, all right? But in all actuality, that would be my first time using a chainsaw. I really didn't want to, test it out and, hack off a leg or something. An axe, I know how to swing an axe. So if you know how to use a tool and you're proficient with it, use it, all right? If you're going to use a new tool for something, go toy with it for a little while before you go out and use it, okay? So this goes with, what are your goals, okay? That's right. I go through this every time. Why? Because it needs to be repeated. Because most people don't ask this question. A lot of people ask, can I? They never ask, should I? Here's the thing with can I and should I. Rarely do they ever have the same answer. Can I? Yes. Should I? Probably. There's probably going to be a no. So if one's a yes and one's a no, what does that mean? You probably shouldn't, okay? Can you go run a marathon? Yes. Should you? Well, if you don't really have the hip and knee and spine and muscle design for it, then probably not, okay? Because, yeah, you may do it. It may not kill you today, but it may rob you of your health and steal your life a day or two down the road, all right? Or a year down the road. Just realize that. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, all right? Same thing goes with all this fitness equipment stuff that we're going to talk about. So what are your health goals, okay? Long term. Like the next 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 years. What are your health goals? Think about those. Ask yourself that question. And then ask the can I and should I. If they're not both a yes, don't venture into it, okay? Or if you're unsure, then guess what? You come see me. You come see a health engineer. They can help you figure out what's going to work best for you, okay? Because, you know, I've been doing it for 25 years. I know a few things that may actually be of great benefit for you. And don't come pick my brain, because if you want to come pick my brain, well, that's why I do these. If you want to pick my brain elsewhere, set up a time. This is my job. I do these for free, for fun, just so you get some good information, all right? Fitness goals. What are your fitness goals, okay? Overall, what are you planning to do? Do you want to get up on stage? Do you want to go run a marathon? Do you want to run a half marathon? Do you want to go skiing every winter? Do you want to go skiing on the lake every summer? Do you want to go hack down trees? Okay. Seriously, it was pretty fun. Honestly, I know I'm weird. What's your workout goals? Okay, what's your workout goal today? What's your workout goal for the week? What are your workout goals for the next month, the next 2 months? You know, start looking at mesocycles and all that stuff. What are you planning to do for the next year for your workout goals? Do you have any? Okay, start thinking about those. If you don't, start making some. Because if you don't have any, then, you know, what are you going to achieve? Now, if your whole goal is just to get in and move, there's your goal. Get in and move. And sometimes that's about the only goal that needs to be made. I just need to get out and move. I need to move every day for 15 minutes or 30 minutes. That's a goal, okay? After that, then you start setting other goals. Start small, work big, all right? Same goes for all this gadget stuff we're about to get into. Ectomorph, endomorph, mesomorph, some of this factors into this a little bit, not really, kind of, sort of. Is bigger on all the other stuff we talked about, okay? Functionality. All right, let's talk about functionality right quick. And I'm going to revert back to this. And this is going to be a quick one, by the way. So, functionality. Does this thing function for you? Okay? Is it functional for you? I don't care how well it functions. I don't care what the functions of it are. Does it function for you? Does it function for your goals? Okay? That's the bigger question. If you go buy this thing, is it going to function for you? Can you use it? Is it going to function well in your life? Is it going to function well in your workout program? Okay? Can you use this thing that you have, this little thing you're strapping on yourself? Do you know how to use it effectively? Okay? If you don't, figure out how to use it effectively. And if you can't, come talk to me. Maybe we'll figure out how to make that thing work or find a better version of it, whatever. There's a million versions of everything out there, all right? There's not just one. And that goes with usability. Can you use it? Is it useful? Is it usable for you? Can you actually use this thing effectively, all right? Or is it just going to turn into a crutch for you? Okay? Is it a tool that you use, or is it a crutch you lean on? If it's a crutch you lean on, don't use it. It's that simple, okay? Take those training. Yeah, you need some training wheels starting off on occasion, but there's better versions of training wheels and stuff we're about to toss out here, okay? These are all tools to help build. They're not training wheels to get you started, okay? So, if you need some training wheels, once again, and there's the other thing, okay? There's trendy stuff out there, okay? Everybody revolves around the trends. This goes with fads. Forget about the trends, okay? If it's here now, it's going to come back later on. You can be trendy later, all right? Don't worry about being trendy. If everybody else is wearing the long pants and the high socks and all this other gear and this is strapped on here, and I've got all my armbands and you know, I've got the tie strap around my biceps and doing all that stuff, whatever. Trendy, yeah, cool. How long is it going to be around? It's going to be around until that trend dies. And then are you going to see it again? Probably not. Probably not for another 5 years. Whenever that thing rolls back around again, okay? How long do trends last? 18 months. Max 18 months. Usually 6 months, right? In and out, okay? On all the gadgets and gear and tools and stuff. So, how about this? Instead of being trendy, set a trend. Set a trend for yourself. I don't mean to have other people follow your trend. I mean set a trend for you. Okay? Set your own trend. Set a trend for you, for your life, for your lifestyle. This way, you have your own trend that you follow. Okay? In other words, it's something that you're going to do day 1, day 90, day 120, day 360, day 365, okay, day 600, day 10,000, day, whatever, okay. Set trends in your life that you're going to follow, okay. Be trendy in yourself. Find the things that work for you and have that as your trend, all right. Don't follow the other trends out there. Make your own. Will the people follow you? Maybe, maybe not. Who cares? Okay, this is about you. This is about your health. All right, set your own trends. All right. So let's get on with this whole thing. And if you haven't watched the other videos, please go back and watch the other videos after this one's over. In fact, I'm gonna have a link down below that has all the previous videos. Okay, you can go back and watch all of them, and some other videos from one of my health partners. I'm not gonna name any names, but you might know who it is. We do a webinar every Wednesday. Okay, wellness webinars. It's not about the products. Okay, seriously, it's not about the products. It's about everything else in the world of health and wellness. They're phenomenal. Some of the best webinars I've ever seen. Period. Better than these. And mine are pretty good, right? You can say it. You can clap. I'll take the applause. So go back and watch the old ones, please, for yourself. Okay, that's why I do them. So that's point number 1. Point number 2. Is it all in your head? So if you get one of these things, is it in your head that's helping you? Okay, is it psychosomatic or is it an actual physical thing? Usually it's a psychosomatic thing. You get a new toy, just like the clothing last time. You get some new clothes, you get some new threads, you get some new kicks, you toss them on, you feel great, you feel awesome, you're ready to go work out, you feel better in your workouts already. Well, if you got the right clothes, then functionally, yeah, they'll help. But most of that is up here, okay? So realize whenever you get some new gear, you're probably going to feel better and feel stronger just because from a mental standpoint, you get this cool new thing that you know is going to help you, okay? And if it helps you, awesome. But realize it's a mental thing, okay? You get more activation up here because of this thing you put on. It's like the last video. I talked about putting on your battle arm, your gear, whenever you're going to do this stuff. It does help mentally, big time, huge, all right? So, point number 3, as seen on TV. So, yeah, there's 10 million things on late night TV, and there's 10 million things out there on daytime TV, and there's 10 million things on QVC and all the other, buy it now channels. All right, are they good? Are they bad? Maybe, maybe not. Most of them, probably not. Some of them, yeah. I don't know. Are you going to use it? Is it useful to you? Is it functional for you? Those are the big questions. So everything is a yes and everything is a no. So it might be a yes for you. It might not be. It might be a no for you. Who knows? Okay. If you have a question, well, you can ask. So seriously, book some time with me. We'll go through all this stuff. All right. Otherwise, I'm going to refer you back to these. The toy box syndrome, which is you have your toy box and you start putting stuff in your toy box, all right, and you start collecting this huge pile of junk in your toy box. You end up having the $500 coat hanger that's hanging out in a back room someplace, all right, because you paid $500 for this thing, this the latest and greatest, and what do? You hang clothes and stuff on it because, well, that's its function now. It's a great coat rack. But, did it do anything for you? No, because you got it and then you just, it lost usefulness. It wasn't performing a function that you wanted, so now it's got a new function, right? And so try to get away from the toy box syndrome, which means buying everything in sight, just buying the next toy to think that that's going to be the thing that makes you do everything. No, the only thing to do anything is you, and setting a plan, setting goals. That's why we go do the goal planning at the first part of this whole thing. So point number 4. So let's run to the. Okay, it's time for Carrot Talk to come out. So I'm gonna throw some stuff out here at you. So we talked about shoes already. Okay, getting the right shoe for the job. So that's what I'm wearing today. I did legs, and I did a lot of different functional movement stuff. So I got something that moves with my feet. Okay, so all the shoes out there, yes, they are something that you need. Realize some of the shoes out there are actually tools. Okay, you got the shoes out there that's supposed to help you increase your vertical. Okay, they get a huge lump on the front of them. It's supposed to make you jump higher. Are they going to work? Hey, maybe if you use them occasionally. If you live in them, no, they're not. You got the old MBTs. All right, you remember the MBTs? Those things where you're walking around. Never run in the MBTs ever. They will mess your world up. Were they great for walking around and helping out with some stability and getting you to stand a little taller? Yeah, because you had to readjust your balance with those. They're actually pretty neat, and they came out of physical therapy. Okay, so from a therapeutic standpoint, yeah, they're pretty cool. You got all the all the Toesy shoes out there. Do they work? Yeah, sure, for a little bit in short periods of time until you build up and your feet get stronger. They're actually tools for strengthening your feet. They're not really shoes to wear around, okay? Until your feet get really, really, really strong and you get like ape-like strength in your feet. Then okay, cool. Go, swing from the trees with your feet in them. All right. I know. So you see that the belt. A thing about the belt. So you have your own internal belt called the TVA, transverse abdominis. Learn how to use that first before you ever pick one of these up and put them on. Unless you're doing a max lift, which I highly suggest you do not do, unless you've been lifting for a long time and you're training for a competition, these things are a big crutch. Do I suggest using them? Only if you're going to lift something really, really big and heavy, okay, for like 1 or 2 reps. Otherwise, this thing, toss it, never pick it up, all right? Why? Because when are you going to wear this out there in the real world? Never? Okay, so why are you wearing it here? That's my wrap on belts. If you want to get the long course on that, I'll go through it. Use your internal belt. Your powerhouse. If you go to Pilates, you're going to talk about your powerhouse, okay? TVA, transverse abdominis. That thing right there, that's why I don't wear a belt in here. And if you've ever seen me do squat workouts, stuff like that, I've gone up to 4 plates. Raw, no belt, no lifting suits, cranking for sets of 10. It's been a while since I've done it. I'm working back up, all right? But if you get everything structurally strong as it should be, you don't need those things, all right? Unless you're doing some maximal lifting, which I don't recommend for most people out there, okay? So we have that belt. We do have another thing, so I want to shed some light on something else. So there are some really cool functional belts out there. This is from a company called FlexX Boom. Yeah, I'm going to promote some stuff for them. They're awesome. Great concept, actually. So if you have some hip deviation issues, this thing is phenomenal, okay? Which means if you are anteriorly tilted or posteriorly tilted, or if you have a torsion, if you have a hip torsion, anybody out there that knows what a hip torsion is, works really well for hip torsion. That's what I've been playing with this thing around for, is hip torsion issues, okay? More so than the anterior posterior tilt. So really cool stuff out there. Just know how to use it. I'll post a link down below. You can check it out. Cindy, you're welcome. It's a great system, by the way. She's in Arizona. Get ready. You're going to see that thing all over the place. I can guarantee you in 2 years, you're going to see that on all the daytime and nighttime shows. Or, so yeah, that's one of those pieces of gear that you're going to see as seen on TV. Yeah, it's coming. Just so you know. So you get that. You got the big bag of straps and bands and all these things. You see everybody strapping these on. Everything that they've got, strapping around the legs, everything else for the workouts. Are they good? Are they useful? Yes. How and when? Big question there. Okay? Everything is usable. The question is when and how. All right? Throwing those band on and just going through a workout because Just because it's going to make it harder doesn't mean it's better. Okay, harder is not always better. You have to know what you're doing with these things, all right? Especially when you start looking at the functionality of the bands and how they work, and the resistance profiles, the band versus your muscles versus your joints, all that stuff, all right? So before we start playing with them, maybe see an expert, somebody that actually does this stuff for a living. Same thing for getting yourself strapped into things, all right? If you're going to strap yourself onto a machine or into a machine, know what you're getting strapped into, all right? Know the gravity of your situation. Gloves. Should you wear gloves? Yes, no. I haven't worn gloves since I was like 16. Why did I wear gloves? Well, because I saw the big guys wearing gloves. So I said, okay, cool, I'll wear gloves. Have I worn gloves since then? No. Check it out. Well, I got that from swinging the axe, but you want to know the secret to soft hands after the workouts? Here's a secret for you, all right? You hop back there in the bathroom, you wash your hands, all right? Which you should do after you work out in here, okay? You know what I mean? Germs we have in the gym. So wash your hands. Then you take some lotion, you put it on the hands, and you let it soak in. Baby soft hands. That's why my hands are baby soft, and I still do all the heavy lifting and everything out there. Okay, there you go. Straps, lifting straps. If you're going to lift really heavy and your grip is not that great, or if you're going beyond the limits of your grip, these things are a lifesaver. They're fantastic. They help you lift more without throwing that belt on. So I do highly recommend those. Those are mine, by the way. And the other really cool stuff. Bottle. What are you drinking? Make sure you got a good bottle. BPA free if you're going to use plastic, or BPA and BPS free like these. Of course, this is just zero water. If you know me, I'm one of their national ambassadors, by the way. Check it out. It's on my website. This filters all the bad stuff out of your water. So you want to talk about some really good functionality. I don't care where you're at. Even if you're in Detroit or wherever, or any place you're having lead issues with the water. There you go. It helps get the lead out, all right, and all the other junk. So see, there is functional stuff out there. And next up, so I've got my phone on here, so I can't show you the app. So we're going to talk about a couple other apps out there, but for the wearables. So you've seen this thing on my wrist, right? My Garmin, that guy right there. Well, I've got a new one coming. It's the Vivo Fit 3. You should check it out. It's awesome. If you didn't know, they got a really cool app called the Garmin Connect. You can connect with all your friends on that too. So really cool stuff from them. I'm going to post a link down there. By the way, you can get Garmin from me now. That's right. You can buy Garmin from me. You can actually get a Garmin for 15% off through me too. Pretty cool, huh? Gonna find out how. Contact me, PM me, let you know how. Yeah, I know there's a lot of wearables out there. I like them best. You know why? They were the first to the market. First ones to ever invent a wearable, okay, for tracking stuff. And everybody else copies them, by the way. Yeah, I know. You're going to talk about this other little wearable. It's got 4 letters in it. I'm not going to name the name of it. I saw it when it first launched, okay? Don't try to sell me on it. I've got the best around my wrist right there. Don't believe me? Look at all the other companies I work with, okay? There's that. And lastly, so apps. There's some phenomenal apps out there, okay? FitnessPal, or MyFitnessPal, great app, okay? Fat Secret. If you haven't heard about Fat Secret, very good app. I played around with that one about 2 years ago. Fantastic app, okay, for tracking calories and stuff. Nudge. Nudge is a fantastic app, by the way. Check that one out too, okay? Really cool, and it integrates with everything, all right? Really good stuff. The Connect app from Garmin. Phenomenal app for tracking all the biometrics you're ever going to need. Seriously, every biometric is tracked with that app. It's beyond awesome. And then I have an app as well. So, yeah, I know. ID Life, we have our ID Wellness app. I'll post it down below. Check it out. There's no other app on the market like it, okay? For all your exercise, all your diet, all your biometric tracking, education, okay? Connecting with your friends on there, all right? It's phenomenal. Tracking your blood work. You can import your blood work and track all your blood work. It's beyond awesome, all right? Seriously, and it's $5 a month for that thing. And guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna we're going to take the ID Wellness app, we're going to take this Connect app from Garmin, and we're going to do that to them. That's right, interconnected. So you're going to have the best biometrics imported into our app as well. So yeah, awesome stuff, right? That's it. Set your own trends. Okay, be trendy for yourself. Quit trying to trends in the industry, because they're here and gone. And get geared up for success. So find the right gear for you. If you don't know what that is, come see me. All right, I see everything in the industry as it hits the market, before it hits the market. Why? Because I watch everything. All right, so get some time with me. Sit down. We'll discuss everything. All right, because there's a lot of stuff out there. I mean, a lot of stuff out there. A ton of stuff out there. And I'm going to put some videos on here too. I've got a YouTube channel, if you didn't know. I've got like 300 some odd videos on YouTube. I've got one on the shake weight. It's hilarious. So I'll post that on there, and a few other things pertaining to this whole bit. So there's that. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back next week. Well, we talked about gear this week, so I think next week we're actually going to talk about what's in a gym. What's in a gym? Think about that. That's what we're going to do next week. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the weather.